Good morning, students. This is Mr. Farmer speaking, and I wanted to just send you a brief introductory video on this week's topic, which is on stress. Now, stress is that uncomfortable feeling you get when you're worried or you're scared or you're angry, frustrated, makes you feel overwhelmed. And stress is just a part of life. Doesn't matter whether you're a teen or an adult, we're all dealing with stress. But the thing is I want you to think about this week is stress is very individual. So what stresses me out might not be the same sorts of things that stress you out. So I want you to think about your own personal stress. First, I want you to think about what are the causes of stress for you. And those causes could be a person, but they also could be a thing. Like homework, schoolwork could stress you out as well. And because, like I said, stress is so individual, I want you to think about what are those things that cause stress in your life, and think about those. Stress isn't always bad, and from the reading, I'm going to have you read a little bit about that. Stress can sometimes protect us. It is not always a bad thing. But stress is there, and it should be managed and handled as best you can, because an over amount of stress, too much stress, actually can be really, really bad for your health. And so, in keeping with just being as healthy as you possibly can be, you want to kind of just manage your stress. But today, and just this week, I want you to think about your own personal stress. What are the top things that stress you out? And then, how do you cope with it? Coping is a very, very important part of managing stress. And it just simply means, what do you do when you're under this stress? What are your actions or your reactions? Now, negative coping strategies could be something that would cause something even worse for your health, like smoking or vaping. When you fill out your sheet this week, I want you to be as honest as possible, because in managing and coping stress, just you have to be honest with yourself. And so there are going to be these negative things that you do in order to cope with the stress that you have in your life. But there's also positive things that you can do. For example, exercising is one positive way in which you can cope with the stress that you have in your life. So I want you to think about your own stress this week. I want you to make those lists and think about how you handle it and how you cope with it, whether they're negative or whether they're positive coping strategies, and kind of think about that as we move on from this week into next week. So make sure you do the reading. Take your time. The reading isn't going to be that long. It's very self-explanatory, and it's probably stuff that you mostly know yourself. So take your time, do the reading section, and the first part of this assignment would be just to fill out the 3 main personal stress questions, and just to get you think about yourself. Being that stress is so individual, then one of the main ways in which you can really cope with and kind of defeat or conquer, or at least manage stress, is just to think about your own personal stress and just tackle it in that way. And so, anyway, I just wanted to introduce the topic this morning. And so make sure you do the reading and then answer the questions to the best of your ability. And I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a great day.